never walk this road, then you can talk shit. Gambling with my life, but I refuse to go for nonsense. This the life I chose, this all I know, ain't many options. About to tell the truth, I make the rules like I'm FLEECE Johnson.
Before we get started today, hey, this is Men's Mental Health Month, which is June. I want every man alive to understand you're not by yourself. Check on your family and friends, and I wish good mental health to you all. Stay strong, keep pushing, keep dreaming, and please do not let one event decide the rest of your life. Let's get started. Hey, what's up? This is Big Lee with Hustler Spirit. What's up, Fleece?
This, man, this is my saying. You know what this means? Either way, bro. I can do this. But I'm going to start giving a shout out to Chris in London, man.
He's one of our fans over there. He's
this Chris, for real.
He wrote a long email full of compliments and support, so we appreciate you, Chris.
See, Chris, I use these fingers right here to get what I want.
Well, we don't want to hear what you're using fingers for.
I got it.
Man, everybody wants you to talk about this Carmelo Anthony case. I believe they gave him 35 years. What do you think about that?
It was racially motivated, right? We got some people in this country that think they privileged, man. A lot of white people still think they above the law. That the law don't apply when it comes to them, right? You know, this lawlessness. From what I gather, picture this in your mind. You get out of the car, your team get out of the car. Y'all parked at different spots. While you get ready to get your stuff out of the car, it just pour down raining. Everybody's running. Everybody's way down this end. You got a choice. You can risk trying to run way down there where your team is at and get soaked, fully soaked, or you can run up on this little tent that is right here, right? You know, I ain't got no problem with nobody. You know, so you run up under this tent to shelter yourself from the rain, right? To get approached by a group of white people telling you, hit it, buddy. You can't be up under this roof. And that rain is just flooding down, right? And you like, hold up, man. I'm not here to cause no trouble, none of this stuff, right? I'm just trying to let the rain go down. Well, you got to go. No, I don't. First of all, you don't even own this property. Where you got your little tent at, it's public property, first of all. Ain't no trespassing signs or nothing, no. You ain't got nothing sectioned off where you can say this is even yours, right? The tent might be yours, but the property is public. And this is shelter, man. And then the guys that ran up on them, they like 6'2", 6'3", big athletics built. You know, they all been in judo school and all this stuff we heard. They done been training, fighting, and so they see an opportunity now to make an example out of this black dude. They just want to get out from under the rain. Run up on the man and threaten him. Oh, you will leave. No, you got to make him. Oh, that'd be easy to do it, and they put hands on him. Now you tell me where in the law book does it say take the law in your own hand? Nobody can do that. If there's a disturbance, you do what is out there. You call the police. You call 911. We got a disturbance here. We got a young man here that has trespassed into our, he's causing disturbance, this and that, because he's seeing somebody remove him. because we don't want no troubles. Well, we have a patrol car on the way. Thank you. Stay on the phone. Give us a little more information. What does he look like? All this stuff. They didn't want to go through that. They wanted to take the law into their own hand and forcefully remove this man through forcefully embarrassment. Not, ridicule him and embarrassment on his way out, kick him in his ass, all this stuff, smack him in the back of his head, go on, boy, nigga. They came with intent to take the law into, they took the law in their own hands first. 2 wrongs don't make a right, Well, we can't even call this a wrong. This is really, once you got a group of white people done charged you, and one of them done took the role as leader, the one that put hands on him. He's the leader now. He's going to prove to his buddies, I can do this myself. I'm going to push him. I'm going to grab him by his neck and push him some more, and I'm going to push him all the way out this tent. I'm going to throw him out. I'm going to ridicule him, little bitty dude. Because look at us. We built like statues. But when they put their hands on him, one of them got stabbed, right? And really, he wasn't, when he pulled the knife out, man, you can tell that he was pulling it out not to stab, but to use it to make them back up. Hey, I got a weapon, and everybody back, oh, okay, I'm sorry. That type of stuff. But Mr. Show-Off lunged in. The one that put hands on him first, he lunged in into the knife. And that's how he got stabbed. He lunged in to grab dude, and dude went up, the knife still in his hand, to take him away, and he got stabbed. So,
I just want to interject real quick. My prayers go out to both families. They both lost a child, with KARMELO getting 35 years in prison. Of course, the young man that got killed, he's not coming back from that. And it's the whole thing is sad. They're 17 years old. They hadn't even started living life yet, and they literally lost their lives. My personal opinion, I do think it was, the wrong punishment for somebody that didn't start a fight, that got pushed. Did he overreact? Maybe so. Did he try to kill McAfee, I think is the young man's name that passed away? I wasn't there. I don't think so. It's pretty hard to, we see a lot of stabbings, and they don't necessarily turn into somebody getting stabbed in the right place that takes you out. Mm-hmm. So I won't sit up here and say he did it on purpose, as far as where he stabbed the guy at. But I'm pretty sure he was scared. Him being by himself, the rest of the teammates up under another tent, and witnesses said that he didn't enter the tent with malice on his mind. He was just trying to get away from the rain. I thought maybe if he's going to be charged, it would have been a lesser charge, like manslaughter or something like that. He could have still fought it. But to give a 17-year-old that witnesses said he only came up under the tent to get away from the rain, and that he didn't start anything with anybody, and he was approached and somebody put their hands on him. That's the one thing we need to teach these young people. Stop putting your hands on people.
That's what you got police for.
Yeah, stop putting your hands on people, because a push is either a stabbing or a gunshot when it comes back. Everybody don't, just because you push me don't mean I'm going to push you back. I wish we lived in a world where we still, a push was a push, but it's not. We live in a different world. A lot of people would have shot him if they had a gun on them.
What about legal? Our legal standing, a push is constitute an assault. Any unauthorized touching of anybody is constituting an assault on that person. The law, the legal clarification, definition of it is an assault. He was assaulted, this black dude. Now, the parents of the white dude, I can say this much, yeah, I know you love your son. Yeah, he was probably a great guy to all who did know him. But all who did know him know he's also the type of guy that like to take charge, run into things without thinking. I mean, even the parents, I know y'all know him like that. Y'all know this is his behavior, right? If everybody else can stand by and say, let's let the police deal with it, but the parents of this child know that their child is going to make the stands himself because he wants to be that super guy. But being that super guy brings consequences when it's in violation of the law. He did an illegal thing. He took the law into his hands instead of calling the police. And
I call him the older
whoever's over
mentor,
park,
chaperone.
most of all of them parks and stuff where they go for them meetings and stuff got a supervisor over the park that you can call and bring security to remove somebody, right? Or to settle a disturbance. But the parents of this child know that their son is the type of son would take matters into his own hands. Y'all know that's his behavior. And it just didn't work out well in this situation where he got stabbed. Now, the person that stabbed him, if I was the parents, I would look at it that viciousness and intent, right? I won't be looking at it like, this is my son. I would look at the person that stabbed him. Do I actually believe in my heart that this child never been in trouble, just gonna walk over in the tent
And wanted to kill somebody.
and with premeditation, plan to kill somebody, knowing that he's gonna get arrested and all this stuff? No. And is this the type of child that...
I told you, I pack a knife. Remember you said that sometimes, packing a knife sometimes mean your intentions might be to use it. Sometimes it's not.
Sometimes you use a knife. You use a knife to back somebody up.
You ain't supposed to have that. You on camera with a knife. Give me a knife.
Yeah, well...
Before they put you in jail.
Yeah, before they put me in jail. But anyway, check this out. There's proper ways of going about it. Now, if I was the parents, I would ask myself, do I actually think that this black guy that killed my son, even though I hate what he did, do I actually believe that this child is just one of them bloodthirsty white people, haters, killers?
She thought the right way. My problem is with the justice system. It's not with the parents.
Yeah.
My problem is with the justice system. How you have this information of people saying he went up under the tent to get out of the rain. Somebody got up and wanted him out of the tent, pushed him, put their hands on him first. He reacted, like I said, maybe not in the best way, but he reacted, and it comes out that he gets 35 years at 17 years old for what one could say self-defense easy.
Well, he was assaulted.
Yeah.
The law said when somebody put their hands on you, that's constituting assault. in a domestic thing, I don't care if you married to a woman. She called the police and said, my husband touched me or pushed me. He's going to jail. That's an assault. It's no different from anybody else out here. If they put their hands on you, you have a right to self-defend yourself, man, immediately. You know, it is legal, that's the law, right? So this really boils down to a prosecutor having the ability to persuade the jury to believe some cockamamie story he summed up. But we know the truth. And if I was the parents of the kid, yeah, I wish what happened didn't happen. I love my son, and we miss him. But we know what type of son we had. He was a good son, but he likes to take charge and everything. He likes to be the one that he ain't gonna wait on the police and all. He gonna do it himself, and it led to this.
You know,
but when your son puts his hands on that boy, now that boy got a mama too that loves her son, and she prays for him the same way you prayed for your son. You know, and he's going to school. He ain't out here running the street. He ain't on drugs and street gang. He's going through what all kids going through. And now, she don't want nobody putting their hands on her son. And she want her son to be able to defend himself too. And not get punished for it. How you gonna punish me for defending myself? I was assaulted. You know, you can go through a push, deserve a push. No, two wrongs don't make a right. You know, the law says it's an assault.
No, I'm saying in a perfect world, if we had it our way, we would say, yeah, you know, I wish it was a push for a push, but the way somebody responds to you pushing them is completely up to them, and we can't tell people how to respond to somebody insulting them and assaulting them. But you know, this is my other thing. I think Texas is, I could be wrong. Texas is a stand your ground state. I think, I'm not 100% sure. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but you mean to tell me I can shoot you for trying to bring harm to me? I can shoot you. If you walk towards me talking about you gonna do something to me,
yeah,
I can shoot you. That's right. I can shoot you and then claim stand your ground. I'm thinking Texas is one of those states. I'm not sure.
I don't know.
But you mean to tell me if you push me and I stab you, then I'm at fault? Trying to protect myself?
Okay. What would have happened if after he got pushed, what would have happened if the black guy would have stepped outside of the tent, called the police himself, right? They came. He said, I've been assaulted by this guy. And let's say if they locked that guy up, his parents would swear up and down, as they doing now, and he's totally justified, right? He's not. This is a situation, I'm going to be honest with the public, my opinion. Now, everybody gave theirs, I'm going to give mine. This is what I call, when I study a case, when I see it as, I can see it as one thing, evil versus good, or good. You ain't going to see good versus evil, good. You ain't going to never see a case like that, good and good. It's going to either be evil versus good, or it's going to be
evil versus evil.
Evil versus evil.
Yeah.
And when it's evil versus evil, who I root for, I'm not going to root for evil. So, I have no opinion. What I think should have happened, right? Cause I'm not gonna root for evil.
But you feel like the justice system did?
I say the justice system is we got a lawyer now, the black guy. Here's how it happened. I did 40 years in prison. I done seen all them inmates come in prison, paying all this money out to these big lawyers on the street, and still end up in penitentiary. And then a jailhouse lawyer would, for $50 or $100, would take their case, get the case back in court, and beat the fucking charges. So we in a society now where we got a system set up where even paid lawyers, they can be convinced by a prosecutor that you guilty. Now they know they're gonna try to prove you're innocent. But what they'll do, they'll take the money, they'll take the case all the way through trial. And important things they should object to or raise, they won't. They'll let you get convicted, right? Tell you they're going to appeal it to get some more money. You go to a penitentiary, an inmate, take your case, put you back on the street and beat it. So, this black guy, he's in the courtroom, KARMELO, his attorney apparently was insufficient. He didn't raise his objections, and he didn't really put up a good.
I don't think it would have mattered who his lawyer was. For them to give him 35 years.
That was a judge
and witnesses had already admitted that he didn't walk in with an attitude or drama on his mind. Yeah. He was just getting out of the ring. That right there should mean something.
It will when the case is gonna definitely get appealed.
Yeah, it should.
Now the appeal court, they gonna have a different opinion.
Maybe.
And they gonna send it back to the court for corrections, right? He gonna get his case gonna get overturned, right? I see that coming. So that's gonna take.
I don't see it being completely overturned, but I do see the charges being lesser charges. I can't see 35 years. I can't see.
They gonna send it back for corrections on certain things, right?
Yeah.
And but I didn't see the whole case clause by clause looking for errors. But from what I know of it, it'll get back in court. The appeal court gonna overturn it. And he'll be back on the street, hopefully. But
he got more time. Think about this. This is what I think about sometimes. He got more time than what godfathers, drug lords that may be responsible for killing thousands of people. He got more time than they get.
Well, they say there's 2 cases in that state where somebody got 10 years for murder and 10 years probated for murder in that same state. But they won't give this man 35 years for defending himself against an assault. When you are when you being attacked, once a person touches you, I even make a motion of they getting ready to. You right then and there. The law say, all law, you have a right to defend. You know.
And again, I don't want to.
One part of that they don't understand.
And again, I don't want to take away from either 17-year-old kids.
Yeah. Sorry about the fact that, I know what type of child he was, man. I had friends like him, man. I used to be like that. I run in and shit, right? You can't tell me nothing. I'm not waiting on no police, nobody. I'm gonna do it.
And where did you end up at?
I always face consequences for it.
Right.
But never nothing that led to me dying, but I know what type of child he was, and I'm pretty sure he was a good boy. I ain't taking nothing away from him, man. But I'm just saying.
They were both on the
Damn.
track team, so, which means they were still in school.
Yeah, they was in school. He was just a child that just had more energy, man. He was just one of my type of kids, man. I would have loved him, man, for real. I know what type of child he was, but man, he made a. I know all his teammates would think, oh man, I wish he didn't even make that mistake. You know, the shit you don't expect. Nobody expected that boy to come out with a knife, right? And that was unexpected, man.
But see, that's a good learning point, because think about before you do something to somebody, because you don't know what they're gonna come out with.
You don't know what, cause I had a person right here on the street. Somebody ran into his car, man, and he tried to talk to the dude. Hey, man, you got insurance? Then the guy got smart, so they fought. Went down to the ground. He told me go get that thing. So I go get the gun. And then somebody said, here come the police. So they get up. Police come. They let none of them leave. I took and put the gun up, come back. Now the guy he took to the ground, he didn't even know.
Why would you go
the police?
Why would you go touch a gun?
Why?
Yes.
Nigga, that's my friend.
Oh, so you gonna go back to jail for the rest of your life because somebody tell you go get a gun?
That's what would have happened.
Oh shit.
But I'm saying it's stupid stuff. I'm saying that this child that stood up and pushed that black dude, I used to be like him. That's why I'm telling the story. The guy that was on the ground that he was fighting, police took a gun off of him. We didn't even know he had a gun. So you never know when you run up on people, man. When people, you can usually tell by how people present themselves. They present themselves too tough.
Everybody don't.
But the ones that come off like they just something super tough, they usually got a weapon.
Yeah, they won't use it though.
They got it for that reason to make them feel tougher, more secure. And
now, if they would have said that KARMELO pushed him first or something like that, he instigated it, physically, I'd have been like, he
got what he got.
Yeah, it ain't no way you getting out of that. But for them to, for witness to actually tell
that he meant no harm,
that's cold blooded. 35 years,
and then dude gonna put hands on him first.
Yes.
And I know your parents, man. Y'all miss your son, man. And
okay, let's reverse it.
What is?
Let's reverse it. That same situation. A young white man runs up under the tent, and a black guy push him. And he stabs the black guy and kills him. You think he's getting 35 years?
Hell no. He gonna get self-defense.
Look, let me tell you something.
They gonna say that black guy pushed him.
This is a for sure case of injustice. I don't care what nobody says. I'm not saying that KARMELO is not supposed to get anything. I'm not saying that. What I'm telling you is he wasn't supposed to get the charge he got in 35 years. There's no way.
I'm like this.
I really don't think he was supposed to get anything, but I think if you just had to give somebody something, he could have appealed it, manslaughter or accidental homicide or something. But what he got?
No.
Yeah, you ain't supposed to get that. You ready to move on?
Yeah, I just said peace out to like both families, man.
Yeah, it's sad.
And to KARMELO's mama, hey lady, believe this, he gonna get back in court. Appeals court gonna have a different opinion. He gonna get reversed. He's coming on. Keep it in his mind. And once he beat his case, he gonna get paid too.
One other question somebody asked: What? Because of this case, what's the
Example?
Now, what happens when a young black man kills a young white man, or black kills a white kills a black? What happens in prison when you come in prison and you done killed the opposite race?
Well, really, right now, they don't look at that. The guards don't. They more trained, more professional than that. Uh, uh, people.
Talking about the white inmates.
Yeah,
and
white
stuff like that.
inmates, they don't give a shit. They don't really, they hear about this shit on TV. They don't know. Only thing people care about is who it is coming in prison. If you got money. KARMELO was crying in court. All the inmates know that. They gonna be like, yeah, well, he can cry on my shoulders. You know, I take care of him. You know, all this shit.
He's probably gonna be in PC for a while though.
PC holds the worstest convicts. PC don't hold no pussy mouth. People think PC is holding a bunch of pussies. The people in PC was tough on the yard. And somebody tougher came across and made them get up through that, but they still tough.
Mm-hmm.
And you got the PCs, they got, maybe you'll run across, maybe.
You was in PC, so.
You went across 2 or 3 baby rapers. The rest of them are just people that got a lot of money. They running from people getting their money out of them and stuff, right? And there's so much money up there, man. There's so much money you can make off of people. Then you got PCs now for people that wants to go home. It's just like you don't want to be a part of the gang. You don't want to be a part of all the negative talk on the yard, man. Your man is on giving yourself a second chance to go home, man. You know, staying in school and all that. You can do all that from PC, take a trade up. And you just ain't around a bunch of big mouth wannabe people that will stop you from going home. And so it can be used for them reasons, right? But ain't no protection up there, man. People get mopped up there all the time, man. You know, run off the yard owing money and motherfucker put hits on it. Tell somebody up there, you want to come back to the yard? Yeah, we'll get him. So KARMELO going to prison, the only thing about it is his mama just gonna have to tell him, man, you coming home. You gonna beat it through appeal. You will beat this case, but it's gonna take a while and stay a man.
If he don't beat it, what would that do to him? A young man like that?
Well, he'll break down on that. He ain't used to that. People that ain't used to prison like me, I could do 40 years. Cause before I did that, my juvenile was in all these juvenile camps and detention centers, right? By the time I hit an adult prison, even though I'm still juvenile, I was like, I'm used to this shit, right? But people that go there for the first time, they go crazy, bro. He get on medication, you won't even know him. His mama come and see him, he'd be like somebody else, man. Looking scared all the time. Shit doesn't happen. She gonna try to keep money on his books. He gonna see people get stabbed. Once you see somebody get really brutally beat in front of you in prison and get away with it, don't nobody wreck. Man, just laying up, brains laying everywhere. That is something that shocks your conscience, man. Then you start getting scared and paranoid, wondering if somebody gonna do it to you. Then you start developing personalities. You know, all your scary shit come out of you. You gonna do what you can do, man, to try to get by, man. You might suck a cock. Take it up the butt. You know, jack somebody out.
All right, let's go ahead and start this. These questions people done sent in.
Started.
Well, we appreciate y'all sending these questions in. We got a lot of them too, which
I'm
is.
telling you. I'm telling you.
First question, FLEECE. If you could go back and free someone, who would it be and why from prison? if you could go back right now and get him, who would it be and why?
Well, if I could go back and free somebody, it would have been Sam Twilly and Billy Sloan.
The serial killer?
Yeah.
The hell you freeing the serial killer for? So he can finish the rest of his killing spree?
I don't think he would do it.
Shh. Why? Why would you? Why?
Because
why?
I think he's a great guy, man.
Yeah, in prison. Shit.
Billy Sloan is a great guy, man.
Shit.
And yeah, he's a serial killer. I mean, he killed him in like 19 states.
And you would go back and get him.
I let him go.
You know that don't even sound right.
No, it doesn't. He's reformed.
Didn't I say you was crazy too?
No, some people reform, man.
Reform my ass. He gonna never reform from that.
See, this is what's wrong with society. They don't think people can change.
How many states?
19.
You think he's tired now or something?
He's tired, man. He's tired, man.
And then he probably continued in there. He didn't stop in there.
No, he don't do nothing. He half said that.
He ain't never did nothing in there. There you go.
Nothing. I think he was in one rat back when the Tinsley brothers and them, when they tried to take over the prison one day, Eddyville. I heard he was involved in that. But other than that, his whole thing has always been peacekeeper.
Mm-hmm. In prison?
Yeah.
I heard he was different.
Well, I think he's gonna reform.
Yeah, okay. You don't even believe that.
Yeah, I do.
No, there's no way you believe that. I say he stays. The hell with that. So, what was your favorite meal in your cell that you prepared yourself?
Oh man, it was corned beef hash.
And what was in there?
Corned beef.
And what else?
Hash.
Just everything together?
Yeah, I cook that.
Onions.
Yeah, onion. I put all
potatoes.
That, onion, potatoes, and
cheese.
All that. Yeah. Yeah, man, that's a rich man's meal in there.
I thought it was the clam chowder.
Yeah, clam chowder is good.
Oh, I thought you said it was rich.
Yeah, it's a rich man's meal too. They got 2, 3 rich man meals.
I can answer this question. When is the second book coming out? Because I bought the first one. We just looking for a publisher. We probably gonna end up publishing it ourselves, man.
Yeah. Well, we'll keep you informed, though.
For sure. Have you ever thought about your own Scared Straight program?
No, not really, but that sounds interesting. Very.
Definitely a thought.
Yeah, I was a part of a Scared Straight program. And I was the one that if nobody could scare them, I could.
Yeah, that's when the world first
I be in my
you.
cell watching a basketball game at nighttime on TV, and the girls would walk up and say, "Hey, FLEECE, the warden said, we need you." I said, "Who?" "Well, he's a little guy, and he won't cry. He know all the tricks and all of this. Can't nobody talk to him, and he said, let you try it." Took me down our head and crying, begging. They said he became a preacher when I got done with it. No, for real, he became a pastor. And so I was good at it.
Are there any COs you still stay in touch with from prison?
No, but they got COs there that was good people to me. And I wish I could. I don't want to cost them their job. They would invite me to their house and shit, man.
Can you explain this? This is I don't know if I ever heard you explain this. Can you explain the drop the soap story that we've heard since elementary school? When somebody drops the soap in prison and shower.
Yeah. You go to shower, everybody in the shower is men. And when you take your underwears off, you'll see eyes darting towards your body, coming from all angles. People is looking, checking you out, right? You know, see what you bouncing on your back. So, you get out of the shower, you know, ain't nobody really, you know, motherfucker noticing you. You know, you packing something back up. And you turn and look back, and that soap drop out of your thing. Pick it up. Because when you bend, all that opens up. They can see right up in there now, right? So, that's like an invitation, telling somebody that you know, you want that like that.
So you supposed to turn your back to the wall and get it, or just leave it down there?
No, people got to know you. If they know that, like me, I could do some silly stuff. I could drop the soap and look between my legs and make my ass bounce. And dare somebody to try me, and they won't. But I'm saying the average person can't do that.
So it's a real thing?
Yeah, it's a real thing. When you bend over in the shower, like if you're going to do your feet, people usually get up against something and raise their feet up. But if you bend over to do your feet,
it's a signal.
That's a signal. You open. Man, look at that, man. He's open like that, wide open. And the vultures, the butt vultures is coming, right? You're going to have problems getting up out of there without a wet ass. So, yeah, the drops of soap is real.
What gadgets or inventions have you seen prisoners make? Which one was most impressive?
Well, I've seen, you know, when I got to handling money and I got poker games, all this, I'm selling weed, got whiskey. So I got money now, so these white guys, brilliant, man. You know, a lot of them, they got a welding class and stuff in prison. They sneak shit in, the welding stuff, you know, that you weld with. And this inmate made me a skillet.
A skillet to cook in?
A cooking skillet, man. And he's solder, heating elements and stuff. He welded them. He cooked me a skillet that I can plug in the wall.
He made you a skillet.
And it had a knob on there where I can adjust the heat that goes through the heating element. If I'm gonna put it on low or high, I meet him. And he made it, and I kept that for about a year and a half before them girls caught it and took it, right? That was the most impressive. And to see how they make tattoo guns out of the motor of a CD player. Take the motor of a CD player and make a tattoo needle and use that as a motor. And put some of the perfect tattoos you ever seen in your life on people, man. And I thought that was impressive, too.
Do you, it's another question, do you watch gay porn?
No, but I have watched it once. I have watched it.
Do you get aroused from it? That's what this person asking.
Yeah, if I watch it, hell yeah.
Gay porn?
Yeah, if I watch it, yes I will.
They also ask, do you cruise for man love at Louisville bathhouses?
No.
Louisville got bathhouses?
I don't know. I've never been in one.
Yeah, I never. I mean, they might, but I've never heard of it.
Yeah.
There's one guy told me in D-Mark their life sentence is 15 years, and they have some cells that look like hotel rooms. Almost every room has a TV and PlayStation in it. And then once a week they get to bring a woman in for 2 hours for an unsupervised visit.
And where is this at?
London. No. Hold on. Denmark. My fault.
Yeah, I heard other countries have that type of visitations, right? And that's good because, you know, it ain't good that a man should be alone.
Yeah, they said when you, if you have a job, when you get locked up, you automatically get job release to go work and then come back.
Right. That's being humane about it. You know, giving, you know, real second chances to people that wants it.
All right, Fleece, next question. This guy said, once you said when you went in, you were 7 inches. How did you turn that into 12 inches?
I don't know what you got the 7 inches of. I never said I went in with 7 inches and came out with 12. But I tell you what, I did a lot of jacking off in that prison. And you know what jacking off is? It's grabbing your cock and stretching it, pulling on it all the time. Yeah, over years of doing that, yeah, you're gonna have an extension now. You know, you're gonna have an extension. But I didn't come in with 7 inches. Came in with a little more than that. But I jacked off a lot, you know. I mean, man, there was a time when, and them ladies would just watch me. I'm in the hole, man, standing up on the bed, butt naked, man, stroking this big old thing, right? And she's in this towel. And she got a light on in the towel. I can see her. She can see me standing up, jacking, slow jacking. And then when she showed me herself, oh, man, I come up, I almost fall off the bed, man. I was doing this every shift had a lady. And then I said, man, I'll be afraid to get out of the bed. I said, I ain't gonna, then she'll shine the spotlight from the tower into my cell to get me up. I get up, I say, here I go again. So I get up, I'm already jacked off about 4 times on this last lady. Now this new one, I get up, I stand up on the bed, put my hand on my chest. I want to see her, see if she's serious first, right? So it's at nighttime. She'll cut the light on in that guard tower, right there where the bathroom is. She got the door open. Then she'll bend all the way over and let me see it naked, open up. I'm hard there. I stole my jacket. I fell asleep one time jacking off, man. And that's how much I used to stretch myself. So, yeah. And it turned into almost a sickness, man. Well, every day, man, I'm jacking off like 10, I'm coming 10 to 12 times a day, every day. Harming myself, man. I'm talking about these girls is harming me.
This guy said as he's gotten older, the fear of prison has increased. Is it normal to fear prison because people his age don't act scared at all?
Yeah, it's normal. You should fear it because at your age, you can't do what you did when you was younger. You can't defend the way you used to. And the younger guys, they train the older guys now. They try to take their reputation and their name, right? Yeah, I'm the one that whooped Fleece Johnson. You know, they won't be able to say that. But the way to prevent it, don't get mixed up with them. You know, you should fear prison because, like, I got a brother right now. He's 71 years old. I ain't gonna call his name out because we don't really mess with each other, but I just got word that he just got locked up for dope. And the word is he got some white lady get him out all the time and all that. I think they got him under one of them secret indictments, you know. I got him out of the first one. He claimed I did, and I did. Cause they had him on a RICO and said my cousin, they had a liquor store, was the confidential informant. Everybody plead guilty. My brother said, no, I got a right to face my accuser. So I told my cousin, he greeted me when I walked in. What's up, cuz? I said, what's up, Red? He said, what? I said, look, man, I already know you the informant and that RICO thing. Yeah, you can go on the RICO. I said, you can go on the witness protection, but guess what? Your family, they ain't going, man. Your kids ain't gonna go in there. You can go, can't nobody find you, sure enough, but take my brother, I'm gonna take something from you. And so the witnesses show up and they dismiss the charge. But you know, them people there, they don't forget shit, right? Or they wait on you to see if you're gonna get back in there, because the next time they get you, you ain't gonna get out of it. You know, ain't gonna be no getting out, none of this tampering with nothing. And so, he locked up again, and at a time where we don't even mess around, so I don't really care. You know, when I did my 40 years, you know, what was anybody? You know, that's what set me off in penitentiary, made me go almost crazy, right? Everybody gonna turn their back on me. On me.
You committed the crime, though.
Yeah, well,
Didn't nobody tell you go to jail?
I didn't commit it toward the people that I love.
I know, but that's nobody's responsibility to take care of you. You did that.
It ain't mine to take care of them once I'm out.
That's true.
And that's what I'm saying.
That's true.
Each his own, right? I don't hate you. But when you in need, don't call me, man. Call who you been messing with. You know, I got word, though, and I want everybody to know, man, y'all out there taking chances, bro. Some of y'all feel like, hey, man, I know what I'm doing. I can get away with it, and I ain't worried about no consequences. Okay. Be that man. Don't cry when it comes, though.
This question right here, the guy wants you to talk about the guy that walked backwards everywhere in prison.
That was Melissa. Melissa walked backwards everywhere. Melissa was from Lexington, Kentucky. He was a sissy. Stood about 5'10", and he had, you know, nice hair and stuff, and he had a nice body, you know, as far as feminine looking, right? Booty and all that. But he was crazy. Melissa was crazy, man. And everywhere he go in the penitentiary, he looks backwards like it, even when he come through the child hand. You know, he'll come backwards, he'll grab a tray, and look backwards like that. And so he was messing with this dude in the hole they called Jack Frack. And he's out of Lexington, man. And now, Jack Frack is the one who wanted to kill him, because he said it was Bruce Martin out of Louisville. And Bruce Martin got like a 15-inch cock, man. And right there on the walk, right when they let us out for 1 hour a day, we walked, they went in the back and got right in front of Jack Frack's cell, and he was screwing the sissy, right? And the sister was looking back, and that dude was pumping all 15 inches in him, right? Turn him up, man. And the sister was trying to get loose. Jack Frack was sleeping in his cell. He woke up and seen that in front of his cell and called him nasty, right? Get that nasty stuff out in front of my cell, all that stuff. And the dude went on and erupted in him, you know, pulled it out. And Jack Frack is cussing and stuff, right? You nasty, dirty sister, I'm gonna beat you to death, you know, all that. That sister took some toilet paper, wiped herself, folded up, wiped again, reached through the bars and threw it. It's stuck on his chest, right? He looked at me. I'm on the walk. He looked at me and looked down at that thing stuck on his chest. And when he looked at me, I said, ah! And he threw up, right? He said, man, I'm going to kill him. I'm going to kill him. Kill him. And he was throwing up in his stuff, so. I see some nasty stuff up in that prison. I did 40 years. I said, man, look, I seen 40 years worth of stuff that should have just ran me crazy. But Melissa came out of his cell the next time.
Backwards,
was holding something in his arms, right? And it looked like a towel, white state towel. But it was brown and shit, right? I'm like, what the fuck is that? And then people said, damn, what's that smell, man? And we seen about maybe 1,000, 2,000 flies all over a blanket. And the guards was notified. And when they ran up on him, stopped him, I seen the guard put something over his hands over his nose like that, put some gloves on and lift that towel up. And it was a baby that sissy made out of duty. He saved up duty and made the head of the baby, made the neck, and used duty to make shoulders, a chest and arms and a booty, and carried the baby and kept that baby like that. Stunk the whole cell house up. The whole penitentiary smelled like duty, man. And everybody was hollering. The guards was hollering. Then he tried to hand the baby to they called nurses and everything. Them guards didn't want to go near him, right? He said, hey, will you hold her? Will you hold her? And he was like, somebody hold my baby. Somebody hold her. And all that old shit, right? And then this nasty lieutenant, he had a broom. He knocked that thing out of his hand. And they got a waller hose that they use, like the firemen use to...
real strong.
Yeah, we got them, that's what we use to clean the prison with. So we got them water things on the inside of the prison. So they went and got the hose and did like that and sprayed that thing down, all the way down to what was just mud, like watery, and flushed it all the way down till it went down to drain, man. They had to spray that whole prison. But that's Melissa. That's what it was called. And him and they just, like in prison, they don't care if you crazy, man. They will stick a ding-a-ling up in you quick, right? I seen a dude with no legs get his butt took, right? He's in a wheelchair. And I'm looking for this dude, man. I don't know what cell. I know what walk he's on. But I don't know I don't forgot the cell number. So I'm walking past every cell looking in there. And when I spotted him, I said, come on, man, let's go on and chow, bro. But I seen this dude, man, he was screwing this dude in the butt. And the dude didn't have no legs.
And you stopped and watched?
Nah, yeah, I looked. But I ain't gonna just stand there and watch till he come or nothing. I want to make sure I see what I see, right? And I want motherfucker to know that I seen it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So you can blackmail?
No, I ain't gonna blackmail. Just I know who you are, bro. I say, Jackson stays here. He stopped. He pulled it out. Man, he had cock too, man. And I looked at the dude. I said, damn, he ain't got no legs. I said that. He said, "Can I? You need something, man? Man, hey, you need something?" I'm like, man, I ain't even going there. I whoop both. I whoop both of them. Right, the one with no legs and him. But they went right back to it. When I was coming back off the walk, dude was sitting in his lap, right, with no legs. And he was still pumping cock in him, right? Loved him. They kissing and all this stuff. So they don't care if you ain't got no leg, one leg. You can be fat, ugly. If they think they can put that thing up in you, they will, man. You'll be like the most prettiest thing they ever seen in their life. They trip like that. That's why you got ladies that work in prisons. Fat, ugly ladies, man. Fat. And but in there, they'll kill over. Yeah.
This is a nasty one. Have you or anyone have you ever seen anyone eat a duty sandwich?
Yep.
You done seen somebody eat duty?
Yeah. They had this thing in prison they call like you got fear factor, gross. Gross.
Mm-hmm.
They had a gross contest, man. And the winner would get 21 boxes of cigarettes. That's cartons. Whoever's the most grossest, right? And so I seen one dude, we was watching him. So he stood up and he said, "What you gonna do?" He just stuck his finger in his butt and licked his finger. Well, the dude in the show with him took his finger and sucked his finger. Say, "Yeah, stick it back in, I'll do it." So they said, "Ain't nothing," right? So they went on until this other dude that is in it, he wants to do something that ain't nobody ever did, right? And he took that bread and made a doodle sandwich, and he tore a piece off, and he ate it, handed it to dude. Dude ate it, and dude said, "Oh, give me a bite." He ate it. Everybody laughing like this, man. It's gonna be a hard one. But you know who won it?
Who?
This little nasty dude. He looked so nasty, right? He really just looked nasty, right?
What did he do?
He just like it went in his nose and pulled a booger out. They wrapped around his finger about 8 times the snot, right? It looked so nasty, right? And he did like that. Dude said, "Hell no, I'm done."
He ate shit, but when he stopped.
Yeah, he ain't gonna eat. Dude wouldn't eat it. And the other dude would eat, so he stuck it in his mouth and ate it.
Yeah.
And he won. But yeah, I seen that shit, man. They have all that.
Ain't no way it was worth 21 boxes of cigarettes.
Yeah. It was probably too much to give.
Shit. How did the advancement of technology in the free world show up in prison? Like cell phone, Walkmans, DVD players?
Well, we got TVs in our, and our TVs is cable TVs. And we had Showtime, Cinemax, Movie Channel, HBO, Disney Channel. We had all the reality TV shows, the ink programs, all the courtroom shows and all of that. We watched all that Judge Joe Black, all of Judge Judy. We watched all them shows, all the reality shows. And when Ink come on, we watch all the Ink, and we watched just a bunch of reality shows. So technology and stuff is showed on these shows.
The person with the money usually gets to take like the cell phones and all that at first.
Yeah, we was getting them in prison. And The guard to bring it, but they got something set up in prison where if you turn it on, they'll know what it's somebody got one.
They got detectives.
Yeah, a detective, man, that can detect you down in your housing unit. They ain't gonna know who got it, but they know what's down there, and they'll come and search it until they find it. But we knew just by watching TV how to keep up with technology. You know, we read newspapers and TV.
Have you ever encountered a gay person that intentionally got locked up so they can enjoy the booty factory, aka prison?
Hell yeah, couple of them. I met in prison. They came to prison for that reason, man. I mean, this gay dude told me. He said, "Look," said he was going through it with his man on the street. His man went back to a woman, his baby's mama, and he started having a lot of bills and shit like that, and he was taking off of food stamps. So he decided to get his life together, and what better place to get it together was penitentiary. You know, so he come to prison. He said he already had it set in his heart to do at least no more than 8 years, right? Because prison give you free school, college degrees. You can take up trades. They'll pay you for being in college. They'll pay you to take a trade to further your education. Prison. And then you get all them rich guys in prison. It's a whole bunch of rich guys in prison. They own businesses on the street. One guy, he owned 23 acres of land, got 150 heads of cattle. He caught his wife and the guy having sex and he shot him. So that's how he ended up in prison, but he's still rich. And these people get lonely and so if the city looks good, and he wants to go into a place where they'll treat him like a queen. Motherfuckers will fight over it. He's gonna get anything he wants in his prison, right? They gonna fight to give it to him, right? And his education, all that, he got a man in there that is doing it. He got men that'll do anything for him, and he's stacking his money. They empty their bank accounts for sissies and stuff, you know what I mean? I seen them do more for them than they did for their baby's mamas, right? Sissies have bank rolls, right? And one sissy said, "FLEECE, you know how much I got from him in the last 6 months?" I said, "How much?" $75,000. I said, "For real?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "I want that house he got." They get all that. And then they get that education. And then after 4 or 5 years, when they ready to go home, they done saved up all that money. They got their education. They would have cost them tuition and stuff out here on the street. Is free in the penitentiary. The whole time they was in there, they ate good. They got their brains fucked out, all this stuff. They had the best sex of their life. Then they go home. Yeah. Sure do.
We appreciate y'all watching today. Thank you for the questions. Send some more in, and we'll ask them on the show.
Yeah,
We'll get
sure
FLEECE
will.
to answer.
I want to answer all of them. I got, boy, please ask me everything. Everything.
And anything.
Anything.
Peace.
Peace.
She said, everybody what?
Get one. I said, y'all got leftovers. I'm on a couple more, man. She went and got them, right? She said, "I ain't supposed to do this. I can lose my job." I said, "If you did, feel good about it. Shit, you helping somebody." And then I said, "Can I get a hug?" She said, "I don't do hugs." So I took the sandwich and threw them on the ground and stomped them, right? She said, "For real, man?" I said, "For real." And then, about an hour later, she called me out, took me in the little closet. She said, get your hug. He can't be on camera. I said, well, I'm gonna hug you like we do in the ghetto, right? So I pounded her ass and shit, right? She said, seriously? I said, that's how we hug. You know, that's how we hug in the hood, man. You know? So she said, you good now? I said, yeah. Then I started feeling bad. I said, don't do her like that. She's nice for real, though. I said, look, I apologize for all this bullshit, right? But I want some more sandwiches. I apologize for I stomped it. She said, I'll get you some more food. So I said, from then on, man, show her respect. Don't disrespect her. Don't do all that no more. She's nice. And then Yvette called on the phone. See, everybody scared her off. I'm going to talk to Mr. Johnson. I said, who is it? They said, Yvette. I said, hello? This is Yvette. I said, what's your job here at St. Pet? She said, I am St. Pet. I said, I'll talk later. Hung up. They said, you hung up on Yvette? I said, yeah, she ain't talking about shit. Y'all scared of her? She called right back. Mr. Johnson, may I call you that? I said, look, what you want, man? She said, you can do your 3 days here or you can do it in jail. I said, later, man. I don't even respond to threats. Boom, hung up. She called back. And I said, look, Yvette, while you away, St. Pet, I'm St. Pet. You ask anybody in here, I'm St. Pet. While you out there, wherever you at, you ain't here. I'm running the show here. Everybody here is doing what I tell them to do here. I eat 5 or 6 trays of meal. I get special treatment, and I'm going to keep getting special treatment. Later, and hung up. So, he said, I wish you didn't tell me. She called back. She said, I wish you be here when I do come, Mr. Johnson. I said, I will be, and please come quick. I said, in the meantime, I had your staff to order pizza. She said, put so-and-so on it. I said, no, he's busy. He does what I tell him. Ain't nobody gonna talk to you until I tell him they can. Later. Next thing I know, about 2 hours later, there's the police at the door, right? She sent the police, the Metro police. There was 2 cars coming. They said, we here to investigate, see. I said, everything's going good here, son. Just the staff. Y'all ain't in any danger and all that. They said, no, sir, why? You know, so they looked around and everything's secure. They said, yeah, false alarm. She called back. I said, hello, St. Pet, this is FLEECE Johnson. She got quiet. I said, St. Pet, this is FLEECE Johnson. She said, yeah, the police came and I gave them a tour through the facility and walked them through, talked to the inmates here. And they talked to my staff and they asked was anything wrong, so we told them everything's all right. So they say false alarm. So I said, if you keep calling me, I'm gonna call the police on you. And I hung up right. So when she finally came, is the day that I'm leaving to go to Compton. So she bring my ticket for me. So I said, so you, that lady they called Yvette. She said, here's your ticket, Mr. Johnson, and there's the door. I said, okay, Yvette. I said, I want my staff to do what I told y'all, deny everything I said, and keep your job, okay? She said, let's go. She said, you know what, Mr. Johnson? You still in the custody of the department. I said, hey, bad, fuck you, bitch. How about that? nappy head, Don King looking bitch, fuck you. And you heard the door was open, the inmate heard me and shit. She said, I'll deal with y'all later. I'll deal with y'all later. I'm out the door. I got my little stuff, right? So I said, you gonna give me a ride to take me to the bus stop? She said, you know what? She said, give me the phone. Call the police, get him off my property. I said, nappy head bitch, black bitch, ugly motherfucker, fuck you, bitch, and all this shit. And I start beating on the window like that. Then I see the police car get ready to come walking away, right? So, how y'all doing, officer? They ain't say nothing, went, hit the thing, went inside the building, came back out. Pulled up down there. They said, you need to stay off his property, this and that. I said, yes, sir. I said, that's why I'm not going to the bus stop now. Could you please give me a ride? So they gave me a ride, right? So I said, I don't know what's wrong with that lady. She's nice, though. I like her. And she got an attitude. I don't know what's wrong with her. And they said, well, you sound like a pretty nice guy. I said, I try to be, you know. I said, some people you just can't talk to, especially certain black people that, you know, alcoholics and drugs, do drugs on the side. They start hallucinating. He said, you have any evidence of that? I said, the evidence is probably in our pocketbook. I said I shouldn't have said it much, but anyway, that's my tip for today. Thank y'all for the ride. I seen them go right back down the street. I said, boy, they probably going there questioning her and all this shit. But anyway, I'm ready, man. This is FLEECE Johnson. You know who I am. And we got a lot to talk about. I ain't in prison no more. I'm on the streets. I'm going to tell you what I'm going to tell you, you're going to want to hear this one. It's better than the first one.